Ever since the day that you went away, you've been sending flowers, flowers to me, flowers today, flowers today. Instead of sending flowers, come back to me and hold me in your arms again. Flowers, flowers to me, flowers today, flowers today. Instead of sending flowers, come back to me and hold me in your arms. Sending flowers to me, send me no flowers today. Instead of sending flowers, come back to me and hold me in your arms again. You've been sending flowers to me, send me no flowers today. Instead of sending flowers, come back to me and hold me in your arms again. Ever since the day that you went away, you went away, you went away. Ever since the day.
Windows down, scattered clouds, smell of spring outside. Open road, you sitting close. Let's go somewhere far away. As if all I have is you, and I'll be just fine. I'll be just fine.
びっくりしたね。うん。
終わるけど何も疲れてる。
確かに。のんびりしすぎて。おお。確かにそうだね。確かにちゃんと。確かに。そう。
これ知ってる人？
なんかあっちで作品を見たら。
普通の LED ライト。
synes egentlig ikke virker, som manden har lavet, så ryger det bare direkte ned tilbage i jordshøjden. Det er helt barokt. Det er ikke bare...
days are full, and I'll spend them with you. So let's go somewhere far away. 'Cause if all I have is you, then I'll be just fine.
ほんと公園だね。
サイズだ。
Så tager det bare sygt lang tid.
Jeg synes godt, hvis der er, når man virkelig sidder og koncentrerer sig på et eller andet på mobilen, så kan det gå rundt. Hvis der er, når man sidder og kigger sådan noget, sådan,
Hvor er kan man holde noget med venstre?
men er det så, hvor du så, altså er du generelt med så, eller er det kun, du skriver? Det er kun, når jeg skriver. Okay. Når jeg skal klippe, så er det godt. Når jeg skal grine en bold, så er det med højre. Så er du faktisk, hvad?
Giving it all away on this day. Giving it all away on this day. And hoping that I make something great. So I can finally sleep well at night. With all the pressure that I feel and all the fiction that I wish was real. Cause I don't think I can take much more. Mediocrity won't soar, and all the success surrounding me, I can't see.
10時までやってんの。
なんか美味しいもの作ってるのない？
ちっちゃかった。子供。
なんか食べながら。でも六本木よりかっこいいね。
It sounds like you're going to see something amazing. It sounds
なんでそんな綺麗なの？
またお店でご飯食べるの？ 赤いやつ。
赤いやつだ。いっぱいってさ、いっぱいちょうだいね。
で、ムーンなの？
うん、これにする。うん。
行かなくていい。
確かに。
キッズズ。
And everyone around me is in blue.
可愛いね。
今すごい。もしかしてさ、
そこだったんだね。それだといいけど。
うまいアイス。ハーゲンダッツみたいな。
なんかさ、アメリカのさ、市場とかもそうなんだけどさ、綺麗だね。思ったの、そう、なんかさ、近くで さ青くなったね。欲しいね、帰って急遽決まったの。
ペンハーゲンカーテンみたい
うん、そんな感じだと思う、多分。
な。本当にいいね。
連れてきてくれたっていう。いいよ。あれ立っちゃった。
Have a nice day.
でもちっちゃいね。ああ、整えてるんだ。あ、私整えるんだ。あ、型がちゃんとあるんだ。
あれ膨らませる。
こんな可愛いの？なんかさ、目がついてるだけでなんでこんなに可愛い？ね、そういうのあったかもしれない。
To our guests, a few practical remarks. The life jackets on this boat are under your seats. Now you know, but you probably won't need them. And as you will see, we're going to pass quite a few low bridges on the tour. So when we approach a bridge, you will get a little warning from me, and this means that everyone will have to take the seats. This goes for both adults and children. Please do not touch the bridges, and then we will get safely through. And here is a bridge, so please take a seat if you don't sit already. Her er en bro, sid venligst ned. Tak. Thank you. And one more thing, please do not stand in front of the yellow line here on the foredeck while we're sailing, then our captain can see what he's doing. His name is Jens and my name is Troels. Så har vi første seværdighed på venstre side, det er Holmens Kirke, som har været søværnets kirke siden begyndelsen af 1600-tallet. Her er en bro, sid venligst ned. Tak. Thank you. And one more thing, cleaningstools. Så har vi første seværdighed på Hagen from the 17th century. Nordsiden af Nyhavn, hvor man kan se mere sol end sydsiden, og derfor...
素敵って思ってもさ、あの家なんかいいね。素敵。
Perspective vandalism. Among other things, she has been As you might see, the facade has a slight outwards incline, so the water mirrors it.
番犬？服だ。欲しいっす。
全部潰れたの？
そう。
昨日見たよ。
え？すごいね。 骸骨怖っ。さ何をいいですか。あれは無理じゃない？あー、この感じも嫌だ。ね、無意識に考えてるよね。
Shelter from the storm. I'll keep you safe and warm. We'll hide out here for as long as you want. You want. Brick by brick, we lay the bones till they're so black.